Hello and welcome. I'm Trish Rock, Intuitive Success Mentor, and this is the Wednesday night show on Spiritual Events Directory. Let's talk energy with Trish Rock. So tonight we're going to be talking about chakras, what they are, what they do, where they are, a little explanation about them, and also how your chakras can really influence your intuitive abilities along with the rest of your life. So for some of you, you'll already be familiar with chakras. Some of you are already working with the chakras and the energies, or just familiar with it. For others, it may be the first time you're learning about the chakras. So I am going to run through it a little bit with a little bit of background about them. And then we're going to look at each of the main 7 chakras. And I'm going to explain to you what the energy is, how it affects you in real life, and how it can be affecting your intuitive flow. So after we've done that, I'm not doing any live readings tonight, but I have got a pick a card. So I've got 3 groups of cards, which I'm going to hold up. Try not to drop them. So you can intuit in here which pile you think you might like. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So you can, I'll hold them up again later so you can intuit which pile you would like a message from tonight, because there will be a message in there for you. So we've got 1, 2, and pile number 3. Okay, so we will put those back down again and start talking about chakra energy. Now, we are made of energy, and everything around us is energy, and our bodies are constantly receiving energetic messages from our environment. So we've got, thousands of channels of energy coming into us all the time. But tonight we're going to talk about the main 7 chakras that you see and you're probably familiar with. So they go down the center of your body here, and they are different colors, and they also have different purpose. So let's start with the base chakra or the root chakra. This is the chakra at the base of your spine, and the energy, I just want to describe to you the energy in a couple of different ways, because the energy goes all the way around your body, right? It envelops your body, and then you've got an outer energy body as well. But we're talking about the main chakras here, and so when I say there's energy in that area, it's around your entire body. For those of you who read energy and work with chakra energy, we all kind of feel and sense that differently too. For me, I see it as a kind of a funnel shaped that way, coming out of that part of the body, and it's like a spinning wheel. That's how I see the colors when someone's lying down. I see them as funnels on top of their body, and I get them moving in a more effective way. But some people also work with the chakra energy from behind a person. So everyone works with it a little bit differently, but the energy does go around the whole body. So the first one we've got is the base chakra or the root chakra, and that's red, and that's at the base of the spine. The next one up is under your navel, and that is called the sacral chakra, and that one is orange. And next up the body, we've got the solar plexus, which is yellow in color, and that's above your navel, just in that entire, kind of gut section there. And then the next one we've got is the heart chakra, and not, oh, my heart's on this side, and not just like where the physical heart is, but in the middle of your body, the heart of your body. and that's green. And then we go up to the throat chakra, which is here, around the body here, which is blue. Then we've got the third eye chakra, which is purple or lilac, all around this area. And then we've got the crown chakra, which is up here, and you can also often feel heat or tingling if you've got your crown chakra open about there. So that is often white or very pale violet or lilac. So they're the 7 chakras we're going to talk about, and you'll see, you've probably seen many pictures of them. They're kind of like the rainbow colors, right, going up the body. So let's start just with an explanation of each one of them, and then I'm going to go into what they actually do, and why they affect your life and your intuitive flow. And I just want to start with my story of how I discovered and got into chakra energy. It was a few years ago, probably 2013, something around there, and I was really struggling in life and financially, really struggling. Like, I ended up not being able to pay my rent, so I had to go and live with family, so I was really struggling. But during that time, I got introduced to chakra energy. Now, I'm not adverse to hard work, right? I'm a hard worker, and I don't just kind of lie around and expect things to come to me. I go for it. I'm an overachiever. I'm a go-getter, right? So it was frustrating for me that I was working my ass off and I was still struggling financially, and I couldn't figure it out. Doing more and doing more and doing more wasn't solving the issue, right? Now, there's a lot of stuff that was also going on internally here with my thoughts and how I felt about myself and my victimhood. So that was going on as well. However, learning what the chakras were and what they did really helped turn things around for me, because I got more stable energetically and was able to show up in life more stable, which meant I could then start taking action from an intuitive flow. And it also meant that I could start tackling those other mindset issues that I had, because I wasn't so wobbly. So they really are important to regain that and keep that balance and that centeredness within your body. It really does help everything on the external as well, and what comes into your physical. So I actually started working more on the base chakra. So let's talk about that one first. It's red. It's called the root chakra or the base chakra. And this chakra is all about grounding. This connects us to the earth. It connects us to the physical. It's about survival. It's also about money. It's about action, and it's about prosperity. So, not having that in balance, no matter how hard you work, is going to affect your finances, right? So it's also about fears, and so is the next chakra, is also about fears. But the base chakra is really about action taking and taking that next step, feeling grounded, feeling centered, feeling solid. And I like to describe it to my clients as, when you're kind of in fear, or you're feeling a bit wobbly and you're not grounded, you're like a massive big gum tree with little baby roots, right? Of course, the first sign of any breeze, you're just going to fall over, right? So it's really important to have that grounding and that stability, because when you're a beautiful tree with really deep, long roots, nothing can waver you, right? And in life, that really helps when it comes to making decisions and to taking action. So the root chakra, when you are in harmony or in balance with the root chakra, You have that connection to nature. You have a lot of trust. You have that centeredness, that groundedness. When you're out of harmony, you have that wobbliness, and you really don't trust yourself. You take any old action with no purpose, and then beat yourself up because it doesn't achieve anything, right? So it's really a noticeable difference when you can bring that into balance. Now, the next one up is the sacral chakra, and this is orange. This is all about relationships, emotions, sexuality, fear, old beliefs, right? Femininity. Now, for a lot of us, we have this out of balance. Now, whether this is because we've experienced different pains and hurts or abuse physically as a woman, sometimes that will put it out of balance, because we're including all those organs in that area too, right? That can put us out of balance there. That can keep us in fear. It can also keep us in an emotional imbalance, or in the drama queen energy, as I like to call it, because that's where I used to be, right? And the drama queen energy is reacting. Someone says something, you react. Someone does something, you react. Someone looks at you the wrong way, you react. But you're not reacting from a solid place. You're reacting from an old memory that is coming up from that area, and immediately you're reacting. So, for instance, someone might say they're going to, come and pick you up and take you out somewhere, and then they don't show up. Immediately you react. Immediately you go back to that old pain of abandonment through childhood, or the abandonment of another person, or feeling not worthy. Those old reactions, immediately you react, and you're immediately in this wave of emotion, uncontrollable sometimes. When this area is actually balanced and in harmony, you act rather than react. So that same situation, someone shows up, someone says they'll come and take you out, and you're super excited and getting ready, right? Taking all day to get ready. And then they don't show, you don't hear from them. Rather than the reaction, you breathe into it and you go, that's interesting. Okay, I do have some emotions coming up here, but I don't feel they're real. And, how am I really feeling right now? I'm feeling a bit let down. And you act from a more stable position. And ultimately, when you do that self-inquiry, you end up with, it's probably just as well. It's, obviously wasn't the right thing or the right one or whatever. And you end up coming from a place of stability, not that emotional drama. And believe me, I was there for a long time. So, that's important to have that one in balance. So in harmony, it's about being open, considerate, compassionate, friendly, no problem at all sharing emotions and feelings, acting rather than reacting, and, really happily connected with life, and once again feeling centered, because that area also grounds us. Out of harmony, it's really unsure, unstable, emotional drama. Yeah, and fear. A lot of fear comes up, and you react to the fear. Now, the next one up is yellow, the solar plexus, and this is about confidence. This is the sun of our body, and it's you shining your light. How often do you see people walking down the street, and it might be you, all hunched over, right? This is not only hiding their heart from hurt, it's also hiding their light from being seen, because many of us over our time here on this planet get told that we shouldn't be shining our light, right? It's too much for people. It's their fear telling us we don't want to feel that, so don't shine your light. So you dim your light. You make yourself smaller, right? You stay small so you don't upset people. But the sense of well-being, not only in your physical body but spiritually, really starts in this center. This is the sun. Could you imagine the sun in our planetary system not existing? None of us would exist without the light, right? So we need the light in ourselves as well to really guide us, give us the confidence, give us the presence, and to really balance the top chakras and the bottom chakras. So the solar plexus is about personal power. It's about presence, confidence, and it will, that presence and that confidence will also allow you to be all of you and not seeking approval from outside of you, right? Which then brings up fear. All of the chakras are joined. You can't just balance one and expect everything to be good. All of them need to be in harmony, and they're not, it's going to change on a daily basis, but if you're aware of it, you can bring them back into harmony immediately. So in harmony, this area is feeling of wholeness, inner calm, peace, really a lot of inner tolerance and acceptance of other people because you're not looking for approval, and a real balance of the spiritual and the material worlds. Now, when it's out of harmony, there's really no trust in yourself or the natural flow of life. Sometimes you need to control and dominate because you don't have that trust in yourself, so you need the fear. It becomes a fear-based control. And you have a lot of need for material security, and that's a fear-based control as well, because those things make you feel good because you're not feeling good yourself. So the next one is the heart chakra, and this is green. And the heart chakra is about love and healing, and it's your essence, it's your source energy. And it really is the ability to love freely without fear. And self-consciousness is generated here too. But self-acceptance and gratitude allows you then to be grateful for other people and to accept other people. Until you have that self-acceptance and that balance here, it's very difficult to accept other people. You've got to accept and love yourself first. So in harmony, you exude a feeling of wholeness. And obviously, if your other chakras in alignment as well, you're going to have that feeling of centeredness, of wholeness, of confidence, of shining your light bravely and courageously because you love who you are. Tolerance and acceptance of life, relationships, and once again with the heart, it's the center here, it's the balance of your intuitive and your physical. Now out of harmony, your heart is really closed, and the love you give is not always sincere. Sometimes it's, I'll give that so I can get that, right? That's a fear base as well. And when you're a little bit out of harmony there or out of flow, that can happen. And you also find it very difficult to receive and accept love or compliments from other people. If you want to know whether you can receive or not, and spirits here saying, this is for you, Trish. Thank you. If you want to know whether you can receive or not, just watch yourself when someone gives you a compliment. What do you do? Gee, your hair looks great today. What do you do? Oh, I'm due for a haircut. Oh, I didn't even brush it this morning. Oh, I haven't washed it. Oh, my greys are showing. Right? What do you do? Can you simply just say, oh, thanks? That's receiving. And if you can start with a compliment, you can let it grow from there. But if you think you're receiving, but you can't receive a compliment, then you're not receiving fully. So try that. Then you'll know whether you are receiving or not. Fear of getting hurt also here in the heart, and that's from old experiences, old beliefs, old, fear-based paradigms that we're in. So fear of getting hurt. So the next one is the throat chakra, and this is blue. This is all about expression. It's about your truth. Now it's about creativity. The sacral chakra is also about creativity as well. It's that childlike play. So, how do you express yourself? If you get a lot of throat issues or neck or even jaw, you're not expressing yourself. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be speaking to express yourself. You can express yourself through writing, through drawing, painting, dance, music, singing, whatever it is for you. It's about expression. And even if you're in an environment where you can't express yourself in any of those ways, you can still find a way to write something, like in a private journal or something. Write down how you're feeling, because that's an expression and that gets it out. But this is about your truth and your expression. And we've been taught not to speak up, right? You're too much for some people. And it's nothing to do with you, right? It's got to do with them, because their fear comes up and they don't want to face their fear, so they'd rather just keep you quiet. So this expression is really important. And I know a lot of people have issues here in this area. So in harmony, you know the balance of expression. You know how to listen to the inner voice and trust the intuition. This is also associated with your truth, right? When you're out of harmony here, you're frightened to really say no when you mean no, and say yes when you mean yes, and say what you're feeling. There's that fear there, and fear of being judged, rejected, and also afraid of silence. You'll find a lot of people who are very loud and non-stop talking. You think maybe they're expressing themselves. Quite often, they are actually masking a fear. So they're not expressing themselves in their authentic truth. They're just talking, chatter, 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 to cover up the fear of actually speaking their truth. So it doesn't always mean if you quite freely talking all the time, it could mean either. All right, so the next one is the third eye chakra. Most of you will know this one's quite common. This is your intuitive gifts here, and it's all about intuition, seeing the truth and feeling connected. So this is where we have our clear guidance and connection, along with here, and our heart and our other ones, which we'll get onto in a second. I often say that this eye here is more trustworthy than our human eyes. So you see more truth with your eyes closed and with this one open. So that's the third eye, and it's purple. When you're in harmony, you are aware of the spiritual side of your being. Our humanness is a small part of our wholeness. And when you can tune into that intuitive third eye, you can really tune into that greater part of yourself. Get those messages and really start using those in that intuitive flow. I've got my dog staring at me here, wanting to go out. He can wait. We'll see how he goes. Now, when you are, it's important to have the balance here. And okay, excuse me for 2 seconds. I'll have to let him out. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's important to have the balance here in this third eye, and to, when you're tuning into that. And now, I don't believe in kind of knocking out the ego. We need the ego to be here as a human. However, if you want to tune into your intuitive abilities, you need to stop that thinking mind, because the thinking mind will talk you out of the messages, right? So it's nice to have this in flow along with your other chakra centers, because it will bring you flow in your daily life as well. So when you're in harmony with third eye, it's an awareness of that spiritual being that you are. You invite intuition and messages in, and awareness, and you also connect with the universe. When you're out of harmony or closed off here, when your eye is closed, you really are rejecting your spiritual aspects. You try to think your way out of everything, and it will become clunky. You start to focus on the intellect and the logic, and you really only see the obvious. You don't see below the surface, and you don't listen to those messages that are coming. Now, is this important for everybody to listen to the messages? Well, we will get onto that, but I believe, beautiful flow being here as a human involves the spirit. Now, the last one is the crown chakra, which is violet white color. And this is about knowing. This is your open connection, just like the root chakra is the open connection to the earth. This is the open connection to that greater part of you, the all there is, the source, the God, the spirit, whatever you want to call it. And it's the link to divine, really. Now, it's also about oneness. When you're really connected to your crown chakra here, you understand the oneness of everything. When you're not connected to that, and when you're really in your logical mind, you feel separate from everything. And separateness creates sadness, it's torture, it just creates disease. Separateness creates anxiety, stress, and all of those things, depression. When you can feel that oneness, you really feel more whole. You feel more whole. So when that is in harmony, it's about living with the knowledge of unity, of oneness. Knowing that the self reflects the divine. We are all a part of the one, and yet not separate. When we're out of harmony, we're really unable to let go of fear and anxiety, because we are feeling separate to everything, right? And unable to imagine the unity, and unsatisfied with life. Now, if you want to, and for many of you, you've done this, if you want to really practice this feeling connected and this oneness with everything, just go into nature. And if you can really zone out of those thoughts and just really watch a bee or look at a flower, and you can really feel the oneness of it. And when you start with something like that, you can eventually move forward and start to look people in the eye and feel the oneness there too, because we are all the same energy, right? And when you look into another person's eyes, you're looking into your own soul. There's the oneness. Okay, so he's happy. He's happy now. He's sitting down here now. So what does it mean about having all of these in harmony, and how does that improve your intuitive abilities? Firstly, having all of your energy in balance improves every area of your life. So we've just gone through what each area is about, and each chakra will reflect a different area in your life. So if, like me, like I was, if you're working really hard right now and not feeling prosperous or financial, you're not grounded, right? And there's probably some fear going up the chakras. You're not grounded, there's fear, there's emotional imbalance, there's shrinking, staying small, right? Not shining your light, opening your heart. It goes all the way up. It's not just one area. So, usually if clients come to me, I do it two ways. Sometimes I sense the energy where it's out, or other times I'll just say to them, where do you feel life is not real good at the moment? And I get a sense of where it's out of balance, and I can go immediately to that chakra in their body, or couple of chakras, as they all do work together. So as far as your intuitive abilities go, if you start really opening up to your intuitive abilities, your heart chakra, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and you get very open, and you're not grounded, you'll just fall. You'll just fall. You won't have the solid ground. You'll be like a table with 3 legs, 2 legs sometimes, right? You won't have the stability to raise your energy. Now, if you're really grounded and really taking lots of action in the real masculine energy and doing, but you haven't worked on any of your higher chakras, you will just keep doing, and it'll feel like you're banging your head against a wall. So, how can you have the balance between the two? Well, you need to be taking the action, like we're humans, right? If we want to bring something into our life, we have to take the actions to do it. Now, it doesn't always mean you have to work, because when you are intuitively balanced and you listen to that intuitive guidance as you take the action, there's a lot more ease. When you balance the masculine doing with the feminine being, it comes together to create this beautiful wave and this beautiful energy of ease. And you really can have that ease on a daily basis. Little things like finding the parking lot, having the green lights, that's ease. And then other things like, getting that job that you wanted, listening to that inspired message, taking the action that you've been inspired to take, and then coming across a person that's going to help you with your next step, right? That's flow, and that's trust, and that's staying grounded, connected to the earth, and also connected up here. And it truly can change everything for you. And you don't have to be working in the intuitive field as a psychic or anything. Just a regular people connecting this way really have a lot more ease in their life. And people will say, "You're so lucky." And you'll go, "Yeah, you know what? I am lucky because I watch my centeredness and I'm aware of being balanced." So yeah, I'm so lucky that that's in my awareness, and I can work on that in every moment, right? And things come to me. Life always works out. That's the balance there. So now I'm going to do these cards in a minute. So start tuning in. This is pile 1. This is pile 2. Nice. You had a little look there. This is pile 2. And this is pile 3. So we're going to check those in a minute. But, just type in any questions you've got about the chakras and about perhaps anything that's happening with you. And I will get to you all and answer you, and as best I can with the time I have available. So because just knowing, just listening to this and getting an aha moment about one area of your life could change everything for you. It really could. And certainly if you'd like to get together and have a reading about this and how to change this around for you, then that's what I love doing as well. So click on the links and come and book in for a reading. I do more than just read the cards. I read your energy too. Okay, and help you move forward. So let's start with these cards and let's see what messages we are getting. Okay. Oh, there's just one more deck I want to grab as well. So I've got my numerology cards, which also have the chakra colors. So we need one of those as well. So, okay. All right. So have you chosen your pile? 1, 2, or 3? I'm going to do number 1 first. Let's see what we've got for number 1. All right. So the first card we have is the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Swords is typically about winning at any costs with your mind, with your words, and there's never any winners when that's the case. There's never any winners. But because it's in reverse, it's saying to me that that is not happening. It's saying to me that you're really starting to be a bit more authentic and in less fear, so that you don't have to win at all costs with your words. Right? A bit more self-assurance so that you can actually speak your truth. Now the next card we've got is, this one's beautiful, isn't it? Every journey begins with a single step. I'm actually just sensing the numbers here too. So 2 and 1 is a 3, and we are in a 3 year right now. And a 3 year is about, this year is about being authentic, saying no when you mean no and saying yes when you mean yes. And that's really what's happening here. Yeah, that's what's happening here. So this is beautiful, isn't it? Every journey starts with a single step. This is kind of you dreaming and really visioning your future. I just really sense that if you chose this pile, if you chose pile 1, I sense that there's some fear has shifted for you in the past, it could even be the past week, but definitely the past months. I feel some fear has shifted for you, and you're actually now really in your truth, really in your flow, and actually believing that you can have the life that you want, right? Not in that fear of having to control everybody. So that's great news, isn't it? And then this one is the universe saying, I've got your back. That's beautiful too. So if that is you, let me see if I can hold these up without dropping them. So if that's you and you are wondering whether you are moving forward in the best direction, and whether you're imagining this or not, you're not imagining it. It's real. And the universe has really got your back. And if you can stay in tune with that dream and that vision that you have, you'll certainly have more of it coming towards you. Now, let me just see which numerology card comes up for you. Oh, beautiful. So we've got 77 spirituality. So this is definitely your, you see how this all fits in? We've got this one here, which was too much of the thought, too much of the logic, too much of the mind. Turn that around and it is more of your intuition, your feeling, the more spiritual. It's the more energy-based, intuitive flow rather than thought-based fear. And yeah, I really feel you've just got this sense of, they're saying connection. You've got this sense of connection if you chose this card, and you can trust it. And the universe has your back. Absolutely. All right, so that's number 1. Let's see, drum roll. Let's do number 2. Okay, number 2, we have got, interesting, these are coming up. We've got the 5 of Wands. Now, this is sometimes a battle within yourself and sometimes petty arguments at work. So, because I'm reading for a few of you, and it's a general reading, it's going to be different for all of you, but on the whole, I'm sensing that this is the little arguments in your mind about what to do next. It's got like, it's like you've got a lot of options of what you're passionate about, or work, or, you know, new projects. And I just kind of feel that you're going around in circles with what to do. What is the right choice? What is the next choice? So if that's you, let's see what the other answers are. But it also, for some of you, it is petty arguments at work. And I feel if there is petty arguments going on at work, you've got the ability to rise above that and not allow it to affect your energy. We've got the sacral chakra here. Oh, sorry, it's the root chakra. So if you get grounded, you won't need to be in this drama. Now the next card we've got is, 15, big, bold vision. I love that. So here you are here, not worrying about the fighting at work, if that's happening, and not concerning yourself anymore with fighting in your head about what to do. Go with your big, bold vision and it will all start making sense. I love it when bees show up. You know, bees really, for me, represent the possible, the impossible becoming possible. So if you've got something going on in your mind here that you think is impossible, a new project or something, it can be possible. And what else have we got here? Live wire. So this is really saying, once again, that whatever you choose to do, you know, you've got the energy, you've got the power to achieve it right now. That's my other dog trying to chase a little gecko on the wall. She does not have the power to catch it right now. Unlike you, you've got the power to achieve and go after that goal, go after that big, bold vision. Now, let's see what numerology, there it is. See what card comes up for you. A rebirth. I love that. So, definitely this, if you chose number 2, this is over. Truly, this is over. You're about to make a decision and it's your big, bold vision you're going to focus on, and it's an absolute rebirth for you in the way that you feel, in your authenticity, your throat chakra, your expression, and your emotions, and your relationships, and those old memories that are stored in there. You're just really going to vision this big, bold idea that you've got, and you've got the energy to achieve it. Okay, so beautiful. That's exciting. All right, now for number 3. On number 3, we've got the Chariot in reverse. The Chariot is the card of movement forward. It's also a card of clarity. So for you right now, there's perhaps some confusion about the next step. Let's see what other cards we've got here. 24, new birth. Lots of rebirthing going on, right? The energy is just like that right now. Guarded vigilantly. So here's the message I'm getting for you from these cards. I feel that you want to move forward. However, you're perhaps got old beliefs or old memories that have come up of the last time that happened. and you were rejected, or you were condemned, or criticized, or judged. So this time, I feel for some of you, you are planning on moving forward, taking your next step, but you're not announcing it to everybody. You're keeping your audience very selective, and you're guarding it, right? You're guarding this transformation. You're guarding this new life, this new project, and this new transformation that you're going through. And it's a very good idea too. You know, sometimes we get so excited about our next step and we just want to tell everybody, but not everybody is your audience, and not everybody is going to be excited for you. And if you tell people that aren't excited for you, fear is going to come up in them, and they're going to turn that onto you with criticism and judgment, and that judgment is then going to start going on in your own mind, and you won't move forward. So this new thing that you're birthing, or this new project, or this new you that you're transforming, for some of you that's what's happening, guard it vigilantly. Entangled, look at that. Do you know, we are all entangled with everything. This is the whole oneness concept. What you do, what you say, how you feel, not only affects you, but it affects the whole universe, because we are all intertwined and we're all entangled. So and the message here is, when you are feeling a little bit less than confident in this new transformation, just know that it's meant to be. It's absolutely time, and you're caught up in this entangled universe where everything is in divine timing. And I feel you'll be able to flip this over soon and actually move forward. So let's get a numerology card for number 3. What do we need to know? What do we need? Oh, there it is. Nature. Look at that. How beautiful. So the first thing I'm seeing here is the colors. We've got your intuitive, your third eye, your connection, and we've got green. Now, green is the heart chakra, but it's also about healing. But for you, this is definitely what it is. It's connection and healing and transformation. So while you're still healing and emerging as this beautiful butterfly, just choose your audience. Choose your audience. You don't need to be saying everything to everyone, because you need to guard your energy. Guard your energy so that, you know, you don't become the butterfly that doesn't come out of its cocoon for fear of the bird eating it, right? And just remember that everything's always in divine timing and divine order. So we are all entangled with each other and with everything. There's a oneness. All right, so thank you once again for joining me tonight. Please ask any questions. Obviously, I'm not going to answer any psychic questions, but if you've got some questions about chakras or chakra energy, or something that you feel is happening to one of your chakras, please ask, and I'm happy to give my message on that. If you would like a reading, just please click on the booking link and you can book in through my scheduler. And I record my readings, so we meet through Zoom, which is through video, and I record the readings for you. Some people don't like doing that, so I also do phone or also audio through Messenger. So whatever suits you, but I think it's great to have it recorded. And you can also record it on your phone if you would prefer to do that. So yeah, so I hope you have an amazing week, and I'd love your ideas on what else you'd like to learn about intuitive abilities, tools, different energy forms, whatever. What are your interests? What are your interests? Because I can talk on a lot of things, and I want to talk on something that you're really interested in and that you would like to learn as well. So maybe we could take a look at numbers, or even just have a little talk about oracle cards or tarot, something like that. So let me know what you're interested in for future Wednesday night episodes. I've also got, I will be having different guests coming on every now and again, which is exciting. So yeah, so thank you for joining in. If you've got some friends who might like to learn about chakras, make sure you share the video to them. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday on the Let's Talk Energy show here on the Spiritual Events Directory. Thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you soon.